We're a little over a month into the NBA season here on ESPN. The Spurs come into today's game with a slow, deliberate style on offense. Their team scoring is ranked down at number 19 in the NBA. They will be squaring off versus the Sonics, who come in with a squad that is loaded with offensive talent. They make you guard every player on the floor at all times. So let's go now to Bob Steele and Rod West, who are in San Antonio.
Welcome, all you basketball junkies. We're here at the SBC Center in San Antonio. Bob Steele here with Rod West at my side. Let's take a quick look at the starters tonight. Who's going to shine out there, Rod?
Steve Smith is a great ball handler, so a lot of pressure rests on his shoulders. The coach is counting on him to play mistake-free basketball.
Okay, Rod, now let's head to center court for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions. First for the Seattle Supersonics. At center, number 14. At forward, Vladimir Radmanovich. Also at forward, Richard Lewis. At guard, Brent Berry. Also at guard, Gary Payton. And now the starting lineup for your San Antonio Spurs. At center, out of Navy, 7'1", number 50, David Robinson. At forward, from Oak Hill, 6'8", number 3, Steven Jackson. At guard, out of Michigan State, 6'8", number 8, Steve Smith. Also at guard, from France, 6'2", number 9, Tony Hopkins. Also at forward, out of Wake Forest, 7'2", number 21, Tim Duncan.
The Sonics control the opening tip. Passes in the paint. Radmanovich was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Duncan throws it in. Pass low post. They're inside. It's blocked. Radmanovich swatted that one away, and it's his first block of the game.
What a denial, Bobby. Got that hand up there and sent it back down. Great job.
Jackson with the rock. Jackson passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Goes with the fadeaway. Brings the first bucket of the game.
Robinson.
Just over 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Lewis has position down low. 14. Puts it up from 11. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Number 14 is only an average shooter in the best of conditions, and with the defender all over him, that certainly wasn't the best condition.
Passes it. Knocked off course, and it's loose inside. Duncan takes a turnaround J. Gets the front rim.
Oh, Bobby, you gotta like the way he ripped that.
Smith capitalizes on the second chance opportunity. Passes. Picked off.
Oh, that's just a weak pass to the inside. He can't afford sloppiness like that, Bob. The passer has got to put the ball where his teammates can get their hands on it without sacrificing position.
Jackson dishes it off. 7 seconds to shoot. Parker puts it up. Can't drop in the lightly contested shot.
Parker has a decent mid-range jumper, so that's a good shot even though it didn't fall for him.
Loose ball. Takes a shot from the elbow. Gets back iron and out.
Rashard Lewis is playing the percentages there. He generally makes that shot, but not that possession.
Nice laying off the glass by Duncan. Lewis inbounds the ball. Bounce low post. There's the steal. Passes it. It's picked off.
Nice steal by the defender right there. He read the play perfectly and anticipated the pass. Great job.
Passes. Goes with the crossover. Puts it up.
This is a prime example of why the jumper is so hard to block. Not only do you have to judge where the ball's going, you have to factor where the guy is, because if you don't, it's too easy to swat him instead of the ball.
Jackson will leave the floor.
I got him.
Just over 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Parker passes the ball. They work it in. Gets up. Launches the two-hand dunk. Yanks it down inside. Nice rebound by the second-year man out of Yugoslavia. Passes it. They push it inside. Kicks it out. Lewis is asking for it in the post. In low. Pops it up from 9. Puts too much on it. Tipped up but not in by 14. The Spurs are at the control. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor. Passes. Seven on the shot clock. The jumper was buried by Duncan. Radmanovic with the inbound. The Sonics work it up court. They're shooting 20% from the floor. Kickback. Keaton jumps up.
Substitution for the Supersonics.
I got it.
Parker makes the pass.
Pin down.
Got it away.
The Sonics
Were the last ones to get a piece of it before it went out of bounds. At the foul line. Fires from the post. Can't sink the well-defended shot.
Let's go.
44 seconds here in the first quarter. Pass to the paint. Releases. No way, no how.
Lewis has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage.
Stay tight inside.
Passes it.
Good job. Open it.
7 seconds to shoot. Robinson will come off the floor. Radmanovic will head to the bench. Rose throws it in. The clock winds down to 6. Parker has it. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets right iron, no good.
Parker comes away empty, but he was playing pretty well on that. I'm not surprised he missed it. The Sonics
Can cut into the lead with a basket here. The 3 ball was dropped in by Payton.
Gary Payton.
We're at the end of one. The score, 8-6. The Spurs have the lead after one period, Rod. What's been the key stat as far as you're concerned?
assists, Bob. They're really showing what a good passing team they are. They're clicking together offensively and have the advantage on the scoreboard. An unselfish team is always at an advantage.
Parker passes.
I got it. Switch up.
Pass right wing.
You got ISO.
7 on the shot clock. Uses the crossover. Parker gets vertical. Frames it on the reverse layup. Lewis inbounds the ball.
The Sonics
Have the rock. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor.
Watch the pick.
Passes.
Too wide.
Barry launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim.
Barry was too wide open, if there is such a thing. I think he choked a little bit on that three-pointer. The Spurs
head into the front court. They're shooting 41% from the floor. Amazing play, Rod. Let's check it out on the replay.
The Sonics
have it. They're shooting 50% from the arc.
Flare.
Bounce pass.
Double up.
Barry takes a turnaround J. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
The height advantage really comes into play here. It's way too easy to rise up and shoot.
You're right, Rod. No way a defender can stop a play like that. He's overmatched in the height department.
If they get that matchup again, I wouldn't be surprised if you see them run that exact same play.
Get him.
Just under 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Parker passes it. Shoots from 12. Doesn't get the tough shot.
Move the ball. Find
The
the open
Sonics
man.
Bring it up. They're 1 out of their last 2 from the arc. Passes it.
Double down.
Seven seconds to shoot. Goes with the fadeaway. Wasn't there.
Pressure. Keep it up.
Peyton has a first-rate mid-range game. Even though he missed that one, he has to keep taking that shot. The Spurs
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down.
Box power.
Passes.
Double up. Blues.
7 on the shot clock.
Outside.
Launches from beyond the arc. Gets the front rim.
Parker was left in the lurch after that poor pick. His teammates have to help him out a little better than that. The Sonics
Can trim this lead down and bring it close with the bucket here.
He just flat out ran over the defense, and that was totally legal. You can look it up. You have to have your feet set to draw the charge.
Caught by Duncan. In the paint.
Watch out.
Low block. Soft rim on that strong shot. Made by Duncan. Harvey with the inbound.
The Sonics
Have the ball. They're 3 out of their last 6 from the floor. Peyton dishes it off. Lewis shoots. Can't answer back.
Lewis had the straitjacket clamped on him out there. Nice defensive stop. The Spurs
Are at the controls. They're shooting 43% from the floor. Passes it.
Open in.
7 seconds to shoot. Now in the paint. Rejected hard.
Up fake.
He gets the first of 2.
Substitution
James
for the
will leave the
Spurs.
floor.
Substitution for the Supersonics.
Yanks it down inside.
The Sonics
Work it up court. They're shooting 50% from the arc. Fired long by Lewis. Parker has the ball. Parker brings it up. He's shooting 25% from the floor.
Turn 4-5. Stand.
Parker passes the ball. Passes. Deflects the pass.
The Sonics
Touched it last right before it went out of bounds. Duncan throws it in. The clock winds down to 6. One-handed jam by Smith.
Steve Smith was going with the dunk all the way. No hesitation. The Sonics
Have the rock. They're 1 out of their last 2 from the arc. Grabbed by Radmanovich.
Help.
Barry gains some altitude. Gently drops it in. Parker has the ball. He's 1 of 4 from the floor. Inside pass. Duncan leaves the ground. Gets the bucket and his 7 points this quarter. He has a total of 11. Passes it. 51 seconds here in the second quarter.
Help down low.
They're inside. Lewis fades away inside. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Lewis had no one near him, and he still blew that shot inside. This is the NBA, not the NBDL.
Robinson now has it.
Flare.
Releases from close range. Puts too much on it.
Ball.
The Sonics
Would love to cut into the lead some more with a bucket here. Peyton makes the pass.
Watch out low.
Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. Launches from beyond the arc. Tickles the twine. Robinson inbounds the ball. Passes it. Parker is at the controls. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. Schmidt takes the quick shot. Can't sink the well-defended shot.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to the half. The score,
19-15. Time for a refreshment run for me and Rod while Clark brings you the halftime report.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Let's review what went on in the first two quarters. The Spurs have gotten a lot of steals out there in the first half, but they're still in the middle of a close battle out there. They need to continue their pressured defense, but improve in other areas so that these steals are translating into a big lead on the scoreboard. Tim Duncan, in the first half, has a total of 11 points and 1 steal. He's hot so far, and he's our Sega Sports Hot at the Half player. That's our halftime report. Make sure to tune in to the ESPN Postgame show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send it back to Bob and Rod.
Substitution for the Spurs.
Parker passes. Nabbed by Duncan.
screen coming.
7 on the shot clock.
Push down low.
Top of the key. Jackson launches from beyond the arc.
Jackson.
14 with the inbound. The Sonics head into the front court. They're 3 out of their last 6 from the floor. Lewis with the ball. Gets cut off by Parker. Inside. It's knocked away. Parker works it up court. He's 0 out his last 2 from the arc.
You've got to put the club on the ball when this guy's nearby. He'll snatch it before you know it.
Goes with the crossover. Puts it up.
Defensive foul. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
He gets the first of 2. He's off on the second. Passes. The Sonics have it. They're shooting 37% from the floor. Payton passes it. Radmanovic shoots, gets back iron and out. Fires from the right block. Brings it on his second attempt. That was all possible due to the offensive rebounding. Parker has the rock. He's 1 out of his last 5 from the floor. Passes it. It's picked off.
He's in the NBA, Bob. He should have known better than to pass the ball with that kind of angle.
Radmanovic pulls the trigger from 8. Hauls it in by Jackson.
He's usually a dynamo on the inside, but he just couldn't get that one to drop. He should be nailing those left and right.
Received by Duncan. Puts it up. Did I really see that? Let's see it again, Rod.
I got it.
Passes. They work it in. Puts it up inside. Can't get it to fall.
Barry has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage.
Jackson with the rock. Stolen.
That is not how you play this game. Definitely too risky of a pass in that situation. Here's a tip. Pass around people, not through them.
Lewis dishes it off. 7 seconds to shoot. Barry pulls the trigger from the high post. The defensive rebound by Robinson.
He's almost a guaranteed deuce from that range, but the D kept a little bit closer than his shadow. He's going away empty-handed.
The off-the-glass lay-in was cashed in by Smith. The Sonics have the ball. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor. Bounce pass. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Gets stopped by Parker. Payton fires. Can't drop in the lightly contested shot.
Payton was a victim of bad luck on that one. He did everything right, but that rim just wouldn't cooperate.
Pass caught by Jackson. Parker has it. 7 seconds to shoot. 14. Got the block on that one and stopped the play cold. Payton has it. He's 2 of 4 from the floor. Lewis passes the ball. Top of the key. 7 on the shot clock. Uses a crossover. Yanks it down inside. Passes. Left wing pass.
7 seconds to shoot.
Passes it. Jackson fires from 14. Gets back iron and out. Passes. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Launches from beyond the arc. Can't stop the drop. Missed. Tip in by 14. Caught by Parker. They push it inside. Fades away inside. Doesn't get it all the way there. Tim Duncan uses the leader inside. Breaks his 13th point of the game. The Sonics are at the controls. They're shooting 30% from the floor.
We're at the end of 3 with the score
29-17. The Spurs are still up large after 3. What's been the important stat thus far, Rod?
3-point shooting, Bob. The shooting numbers between these two teams aren't even close. They need to forget about those threes and concentrate on maintaining this lead.
Substitution for the Spurs.
Lewis throws it in.
Pick him up.
Bounce pass. Lewis takes the turnaround J. Doesn't get the tough shot. Into the low post. Duncan gets airborne. Botches the lay-in.
Way to claim the offensive flag right there.
Rose gets the second chance bucket.
This is when you want to have the lead. Right here in the fourth quarter, where it all counts. Make the other guys start to sweat for a change.
Barry has the ball. 14 from inside. Hauls it in by Robinson.
Number 14 doesn't have a flashing inside game, so he has to earn everything the hard way.
Parker makes the pass. Robinson fires. Can't sink the well-defended shot. The Sonics work it up court. They're shooting 50% from the arc. Look that last layup by Lewis. Duncan inbounds the ball. Parker works it up court. He's 0 on his last 2 from the arc. Passes in lows. Shoots from 12. Can't get it to drop.
That shot didn't come off quite as planned, and the D was able to thwart it without much effort.
Payton has the rock. He's shooting 50% from the floor. Bounce pass.
Double up.
It's loose. Parker comes away with his 3rd pickpocket tonight. Passes it.
Now that is basketball. Perfect execution of the double team, and they came away with the ball. Textbook execution.
Passes. Passes. 7 seconds to shoot. 14 takes the turnaround J. Puts too much on it.
That right there is good court sense. Adjusting on the fly and keeping the pressure on. That's how you play successful defense, Bob.
Bounce left wing.
Stay in, stay in.
7 on the shot clock. Passes it. And loads from deep, 3-point range. Hits the front rim. That last tip is up and in by Rose.
Now, sometimes it's just smarter to tip that ball right back in on the putback rather than bringing it down so it can just get stripped.
He fought for position and made the play. The Sonics will take a timeout here. Jackson comes back in after sitting on the bench for a while. Lewis with the inbound. The Sonics have it. They're shooting 30% from the floor. Half low post. Radmanovic fades away inside. It's blocked.
Playing defense is all about position, and Bob, he had great position. All he had to do was just get his hands in the air.
Parker passes it. Releases. Can't drop in the lightly contested shot.
Although his execution was a little shaky, he still prevents the 2.
Takes a quick shot. Banks it in. Smith with a bucket here. He can get his 10th point of the game. Passes. Shoots from the paint. Can't answer back. Payton has it. He's shooting 50% from the floor. Passes it.
Pick him up. Stay in, stay in.
Gets stopped by Parker. Now on the wing. 7 seconds to shoot. Gary Payton pops it up from 19 feet.
It's our game.
Puts up a miss.
You cannot beat that kind of hands-on, in-your-face coverage, and it's so constant, too. That's a good example of how you play defense.
A finger roll dropped in by Parker. Lewis throws it in. The Sonics have the ball. They're 2 out of their last 4 from the arc. Payton dishes it off. 14 takes a wide-open shot. Bounces it off the short side and in.
Number 14 went inside and nobody was home. You can't leave the inside that open.
59 seconds here in the game. Passes. Goes with the crossover. Passes it in the paint. It's blocked, and it's loose inside.
He is all hands out there, and all good hands, too. Believe me, timing a shot block just right is much tougher than it looks.
Again, the rebound, and they're dominating the board.
They're ahead in all categories, Bob, and also in the most important category, the score.
Parker has the ball. He has 4 points from the paint. Grabbed by Smith. 7 seconds to shoot. Shoots. Gets back iron and out.
Parker misses it, but you had a pretty even matchup out there. That could have gone either way.
Payton is at the controls. He's 2 of 5 from the floor. There's the horn, and the game is in the books. The final score, 35-23. Game's over, and that's it for us. Make sure you catch SportsCenter so you can stay on top of the latest news in the sports world. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Thanks for joining us here at the ESPN Postgame Show. I'm Clark Dishman. The Spurs come away with a big 12-point win over the Sonics. They now move to 9-5 on the year. The Spurs ended up turning over the ball a lot less, and that was the big story tonight. It goes back to the fundamental cliches that every coach talks about in practice. Don't turn over the ball. Tim Duncan wound up with a total of 13 points and 6 rebounds. He will get our ESPN Player of the Game. What a player. Well, that will do it for now. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you next game.